Dust on my window, echo in a one-room heart, coffee rings on the same old
Ooh.
table, same
Welcome to the Disgruntled Losers, where I am thoroughly embarrassed. Thoroughly
We should be.
embarrassed. I don't exactly know what you're embarrassed about, but I claim to be a Pistons historian, at least of the last 25 years. I'm 34 years old. I would say at 9 years old, I was into it enough where I knew what was going on. I screwed up our championship years during the recap last week. I
Yeah.
just flat out said that we won the championship. No, that we lost the championship in 04 and won it in 05. I had us losing then winning, and I had the years wrong. And I was cooking too, is the sad part. I really enjoyed that whole recap, and I was listening back, and people were probably wondering. I mean, nobody's wondering because nobody's listening. But if anybody was actually listening, they would be wondering why last week's episode was late. And there's a lot of reasons why, and Hoy might think I'm making up excuses here, but one of the main reasons why is I made the mistake and didn't want to release it. I wanted to scrap the whole thing. I was like, we need to record this whole thing. I got the year the Pistons won the championship wrong. We can't keep going.
And you know what the worst part about that is like I heard you say those and like you had me questioning myself, and as a co-host I should have been like, you know what? I don't think that's right, but you were
Your
so
gut told
confident. You were so confident and you
That
were
makes
on
me
a
mad.
roll. And then I was like, I must be wrong.
That makes me feel good. That means I'm delivering it with confidence, even though it's garbage
The
information.
confidence was there. I'll give you that. Confidence was there. But you know, to be fair, it wasn't our first mistake. We've had plenty of mistakes before, and this is an ongoing segment of ours. Is mistakes from the past week.
What do you have to apologize for here? I think you have something too.
Yeah, I also messed up during our Mandela Effect game.
That's right.
I got the Kit Kat one wrong.
That's not
was
that
actually
bad,
flipped.
actually.
Yeah, the dash wasn't supposed to be in there, and you technically don't get that point because you got that one wrong, if I recall. And
The
yeah,
funny part is there was an umpire in Major League Baseball that had a guy strike out on 4 pitches. He accidentally missed a strike early in the at bat, and somehow with all the technology that we have in baseball now, we somehow couldn't figure that out. And so some guy actually struck, or it might have actually turned out. I forgot how it turned out, but so it happens. You know what? It happens.
yeah. I think we're on 3 weeks in a row with at least one mistake because I think the week before that we had we were talking about the Pistons win record. I think we're off about that as well.
Oh no, you're gonna bring that. See, I was gonna let that one slide. So Ness, not only did I get the Pistons championship wrong, their latest championship year wrong, I got the most wins in franchise history wrong, which I believe is 64 now that I looked back at it. And the Pistons won 60 this year, which was a heck of a year. And I did think that 60 flat was the record. And no, it was definitely 64. And it was the year after the championship. It was 05, now that I can get that right.
I actually don't recall us having that crazy of a year that year, but I guess yeah, we had 64 wins the year after that. So I was like,
we won in the middle of the run, so it wasn't like we won at the the end of it. It was we cooked for a couple more years after that. Was the whole speech was that the Larry Brown years, yeah, we were good, but we were also good during the Flip Saunders years too. Like that was we won 3 more conference championships after that. As part of the cooking. Ugh. All right,
man,
let's leave that in the past.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of our mistakes that we know of thus far until either one of our wives or someone close to us tells us we messed up again. So, but you have been raving about this Celsius drink for quite some time now. I think since the start of the pod, and so I've finally caved. I went to Costco and bought a 3-pack, and the one I'm holding in my hand currently is the Retro Vibe Sparkling Sherbet Slush Edition. So I don't know if you've had this one. I'm kind of nervous because I'm not really a big energy drink guy, but I mean, it sounds like a healthy version of Red Bull. Is that where people are drawn to this?
Ooh, so I love this. I was not prepared for this, but I can cook on Celsius. So I never drink energy drinks my whole life. No Red Bull, no Monsters, nothing. I was, doing a basketball thing, and one of the officials was like, "Hey, man, have you ever had a Celsius?" And I was like, "No, let's give this a try." And I'm assuming that's how people get addicted to like cocaine and meth and crack and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, let's just try it one time. And oh my gosh, am I in? Like, I put it in my veins once a day minimum. You're not supposed to do it more than twice, but sometimes I do it twice. Ooh, buddy,
Now,
these things. Oh
Does
my
it replace your coffee, or is this like
It
in addition
should.
to it?
Well, it should. I would say it should, but at the same time, like you don't want to be the person drinking energy drinks at 9 in the morning either. So it's like that, just that vibe alone. Like I don't want to be that vibe. I don't know if that vibe's different in California, but out
It's
here,
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah, it's a little bit. I feel you on that. Celsius, to get to the point, more caffeine in an energy drink than you've ever had. Number one. Number two, best tasting energy drink that you'll ever have. That is hands down. There is no discussion on either one of those two things. The one's a fact, and the one might as well be a fact. They are intoxicating. They are amazing, and
No,
they
I'm seeing a
don't.
lot of good stuff though too, like vitamin C, vitamin
Oh,
B, vitamin B12,
there's
biotin. Like,
no giant crash. Like literally, you feel fine the entire time you drink it. The only thing you wouldn't feel fine about is like if you can't handle caffeine, then you're in trouble because there's a
I can
lot
sleep
of it.
after coffee. I can sleep after coffee and a Red Bull.
Preaching to the choir.
So
Probably why we're doing
we're
this.
chilling. But let's crack
Why-
one open. I'm gonna see if you get me convinced here, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I go out and I really need one, I will buy a Red Bull. So like, I guess I'm more on the Red Bull
Mm.
train more than anything else. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, you're gonna sip on that. You're gonna enjoy yourself. So just first taste. What do you say? I don't even know
Ooh,
if I know that one, but just first
th-
reaction, real quick.
this has like Baja Blast, like sparkling Gatorade vibes. Like,
So you're right. That's what when I say they taste the best, you have to be a little bit okay with artificial flavors. You know what I mean? It's not like when it's like you're having a popsicle or it's like you're
we're
having
not talking about like
candy.
all natural, 100% organic. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, 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 no,
This is
no.
not for
Maybe
Cali.
probably well, but everything else is for Cali, other than yeah. But at the same time, they have 1,000 flavors and like
Oh
900 of them
damn!
are good. Like they're almost all good.
Does this also say zero sugar?
Dude, yes. I don't they're
So it's
probably
healthy.
lying. I don't understand. I don't understand.
It sounds healthy to me. And you said all the nurses and doctors be drinking this, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what Katie said. That's what my wife said. Yeah, yeah,
All
100%.
right.
Yeah,
Well
in the
then, hey,
hospital, yeah.
then it's doctor certified in my books.
Oh, yeah, but then I was also told that doctors aren't healthy. Like, that's just a fact.
Oh, that's true. Well,
I I I
not that
I
I
g
know
I
any,
guess
but
everybody knows that. I don't yeah, I don't know what to do with that, but I guess it's a fact.
I'm gonna just go back to college and think about all the people that I knew that was in med school, and then I'll put that as my like radar.
I do this all the time. Like, no joke, I do this all the time. I don't wanna talk about what profession I do it with the most because it's a little bit controversial, but, like, I think about that. So, like, if you just thought no, every job I think it's gonna be I'm not gonna mention the job, but I do that. You think about the people that became that profession, and it's like, "Well, now I can't trust that profession." Like, you're telling me they let these people in?
I I'm gonna be a little self-reflective and say I actually think that about myself, and I'm like, yo, why did you hire me?
Well, but that's different. Maybe it's not.
Oh,
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. All right, we got to get to some sports here. We've rambled here at the beginning too much. And when I
let's do
say
it.
sports, I mean AI-driven videos about sports. So we.
Well, I think there's a wholesome way to go into it first, but is that how we're
Oh, is
jumping into
there?
this?
Okay, no, we will talk about the 2026 Masters really quick. So, well, you had it on the docket, and I just straight up told you, I was like, is there anything interesting that happened in that golf tournament? Um, If you liked Rory, sure. Like Rory won and Rory dominated and then he almost gave it up. So if Rory would have blown that lead, I would have had 2 hours for you, Hoy. We could have
Yeah.
talked about this all day and all night if Rory would have blown another lead. But he won. And like I guess I didn't want to talk about it because I was almost pulling for him at the end. Like I probably hate him more than any other golfer. And like I didn't say dislike, I truly mean hate. Very few athletes I would say that about.
Strong
But
word.
Rory is on that list. And I almost wanted him to win. Like I was like, it's inevitable. Like just do it, get it over with. Let's move on, Rory. Like good for you. So
Some
that's
people that
how I
were
felt.
close though, like I remember who
No,
was
they
it?
were.
Cam Young. He was coasting up there for a little bit.
He was who I wanted to win. So like if a lot of times you sit there and think, so when these golfers win a major, it changes their life. So it's like which one of these guys do I want to like be shot into stardom? And Cam Young was on that list, like 28, 29 years old, American, did actually well in the Ryder Cup. Nobody did well in the Ryder Cup this last one. He did well. Drives the heck out of the ball, kind of like just a flat out good looking guy. Like he's kind of got it all going for him. But then at the same time, so that's what I'm saying. Like he was in contention and I was like, just screw it. Just give it to Rory. And it made me sick. I couldn't believe I thought that.
man. Well, props to Rory, and if anyone didn't see the green jacket ceremony, that's what I'm about to share with Mike, because he hated Rory so much that he didn't even want to see him put on the jacket. So let's just dive into it then. All right,
We're
you
gonna
got it
watch this
pulled up? Are
video.
you ready? Are you ready? You ready to watch this?
I'm ready. I wonder if anybody at home's seen this video yet. It was going around. It was pretty popular last week.
And Rory
So we got Rory put
your
on the jacket,
2026
and
green jacket winner. But
there is a Range Rover just speeding towards the ceremony.
I wonder who drives Range Rovers, Hoy? Who famously
Flipped over
drives
right
Range
on the
Rovers?
green.
And of course he crashes his Range
Who
Rover.
famously wears red on Sundays?
And oh God, now he's storming the stage with a bottle.
I'm gonna pause it right here though, real quick. The AI edit of this is so legit that when I first saw it, I wanted to believe it. Like, I wanted
No,
to.
you didn't.
I knew. No,
no.
obviously I knew it was fake. But like, could you imagine if this actually happened? It's like a scene from a movie. Like you know, it would have just been so gold. And you know,
This is a top 10 AI edit of all time. Anything. I'm not talking sports. I'm talking anything. This was just well directed, well written, well made.
Yep.
Oscar.
And we're not even done is the worst part. Is you only got the taste of this.
No, I said written. That's
He takes a pull of the Jack Daniels. Hugs Rory. Oh my God, I can't. All right, so maybe we do have to cut this. I don't know. I'll leave it up to Josh.
We absolutely have to cut this. We said we were going to be gentlemen on this show.
Okay, so we won't go into it, but if anyone wants to watch the Green Jacket AI ceremony, feel free to look it up for yourselves. Explicit content though, so just have
Yeah, what
fun
do they
with
say?
that
Not
as you
suitable
will.
for work. What is that? SFW or whatever. I messed up the letters
Yep,
there.
right
Whatever
you
that
nailed
is.
it. You just said it, so NSFW.
Got close.
Oh,
Ay,
and
caramba.
honestly, there is like another 10 seconds to this, but I'm gonna just send it to you
No.
privately, and we'll let you do that on a different note.
We got to leave a little cliffhanger for the audience. We can't, yeah.
Yeah, but one of the best edits I've ever seen for AI. Let's move on though. Oh my God. WNBA. I don't know if you've seen the stuff I'm about to bring up, or if
I
I've even
guarantee I
seen
haven't.
what you're about to bring up. But let's have you lead off here. I want you to tee us off here.
Oh, you want me to lead off? Okay.
Let's see.
Well, I have
I
the
think
boring.
mine will kind of tone it down a little bit from where you're about to go.
Oh, no. Mine's kind of boring. So the WNBA just signed a new CBA. So boring. They put the term max contracts in it just because that's what the NBA does. Again, boring. Now women are getting quote unquote max contracts. Again, boring. They're signing these contracts for like 4 years, 6 million was the last one I saw. I think Alicia Boston got 4 years, 6 million, which, you know, don't compare that to the men. And that's not where I want to go with this. Like, that is a lot of money for anybody. Like, that puts them in the top, like, 1% of America. And these are, like, women in their late 20s, early 30s. Like, that is amazing. Like, so we don't need to compare them to the men. Like, that's just a whole different thing. They make a lot of money now. Like, that's awesome for them, and they should. They deserve it. Here's the problem. If you remember when the men signed their new CBA and the salary cap expanded, all those contracts they gave out that year ended up being garbage. Like, they ended up really hurting the teams that signed them. So you had a handful of guys that on any normal year would have gotten mid-level exceptions, but then you had them getting 4 years, 80 million just because there was salary cap room to do it. So this was the year that Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. So like, that was the one that was not this, you know, that was the one where the team took advantage of the extra salary cap. But you had guys that it was like Thabo Sefolosha. You had I think Gary Harris got paid that summer. There were a few guys that were getting 20 million a year just because the money was there. Now, how I'm going to put that to the women, a lot of women are getting max contracts just because it's there. And it's all the names that you know, which is a little bit scary because they're probably giving out these max, or they're giving out these max contracts to women in their early 30s, late 20s, which women, men, doesn't matter. That's kind of when you start to break down. So the only thing I have on this is I would counsel all these front offices for this WNBA franchises that look at history and giving out like every team giving out a max contract this year just because your player deserves it. Like you can't pay for past results. And all the women were like, they've grown this league. Like they deserve it. That's a different conversation. It sucks that you deserve it, but the front office, you have to be responsible and you can't just give it because they deserve it and they've done it in the past. You got to think about the future. And I am just predicting a majority of these contracts to be bad contracts that are being given out by the WNBA right now. And that doesn't mean that like I'm trying to smash on the WNBA and all the progress they've made and everything. I'm just saying now that you've made that progress, you got to be smart about that progress. You can't, just be reckless about it and just give the money to like, even if they deserve it, you got to think about this stuff. So that was all I had on WNBA. I'm just seeing all these contracts given out and I'm nervous is all it is. Again, boring, but I think you have something more fun.
Oh, I mean, I do, but then I don't want to jump off this too quick because I'm thinking like, now if it's going to some of the, because what it sounds like you're saying is it's basically going to the veterans and the all stars, like the big names on each team, but they're also the ones that are going like currently like those are also the ones that are like probably bringing in the most revenue too, right? So like
100%.
But could pan out.
I mean, but you're given. So I mean, Kevin Durant at 35. It's not quite that, but it's it's like who's 32 right now that you would question giving a max contract to? In the NBA. I'm just kind of thinking about that. I'm looking at the Lakers playing the Rockets right now. There's really nobody in this game that's relevant to what I'm talking about. But like I mean, Paul George is a little too old now.
Paul George.
Yeah, so Paul's a little too old.
How old is he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not quite Paul. I wish I would have thought of a better example off the top of my head right now, because like, you got to think. Just, I'm just nervous.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, Cat's still rolling. I don't know. I mean, and I haven't done the research on when women's bodies break down versus men's. Like, again, this isn't sexist. This is just when you start giving $1 million contracts out, like you have to be serious about this stuff. Like this is like these women are now making more than doctors. You know what I mean? Like this, which is fine. Like again, I don't mean to put that in any type of way. It's just like you can't just be recklessly giving out $1 million. Like that's a lot of money. Like you might be able to recklessly give out 60, 70 grand and still be all right. But now once we're talking about $1 million, it's a whole different ballgame.
I'll take $1 million too.
Sheesh. Won't we all? What's Josh doing over there? We need some promotion.
Oh no! See,
give us something more fun.
I'm going at a completely different approach here because for me, I was gonna ask you if you heard about like Balloon Gate and some of these other like reporting hiccups that happened here in the WNBA in the last week or so. Oh my goodness, it's so funny because apparently, a Minnesota-based balloon company shared a video on their feed, and it said "Welcome Inyeka" in like balloons to display that she was traded, but it was like well before it was announced that she was even traded.
Oh, that's awesome!
So they like leaked it. They leaked it.
So that was what you saying? The team leaked it that way. That was essentially how the team
didn't leak it. The balloon company posted a picture for their own like stuff, and they didn't realize that the information wasn't out already. And yeah, so now the world knows this trade happened.
So the team reached out and like got a little bit ahead of it. So the team was trying to get the balloon stuff ready, and then the balloon company just ran with it. Yeah, okay, that's hilarious.
Oh, there was that. And then did you see what happened after the WNBA draft? With I forget what was her name? Angela Dugalic. I think she was the 8th or 9th pick.
No, I missed this one.
Yeah, so she was getting asked about, so basically the reporter goes, yeah, like you're a good force that's going to join the Chicago. You're a new addition that's going to the Chicago Sky. And wait, she was like, wait, what? I wasn't drafted to the Sky. What, was I traded? Hello? What's going on? She was like, oh, he was like, oh, no, wait, no. That was my blunder. I messed up. But
so he just said the wrong. Oh, that's hilarious.
because she got drafted to the Mystics, but he was like, oh, so you're a new force being added to the Chicago Sky. What are your takes on that? She was like, wait, did I get traded?
That's so
Oh shoot.
funny. That's so funny. And the women probably are now like more getting a taste of that world. Like there was trades before. It wasn't like it didn't happen, but like the women's game is really trying to mirror the men's game in every way. It's like I said, the CBA, the language in it, the understanding that transactions are popular and that fans like that kind of stuff. And yeah, they're really trying. So the girls are gonna get traded now.
Yeah. Oh, I just found
There
those two
is
so funny though.
Yeah. There is one more thing that I just thought of that I've been wanting to talk about that I don't even know how to exactly approach it. It's a unique situation for the WNBA. The NBA has never had anything like this. Do you remember when we were doing our celebrity couples draft that I gave an honorable mention to Paige and her girlfriend who is currently in college, UConn, the number 1 overall pick,
As he
APFotW?
Fudd.
Yep. You remember
Yep.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember I gave them an honorable mention? Well, I mean, this is completely unprecedented. The Dallas Wings drafted Paige's girlfriend, number 1 overall.
Yep.
And it was one of those things where it wasn't like the girl did not deserve to be drafted number 1 overall. Like it was a very obvious choice that she should have been drafted number 1 overall. Like there was no question about that. It was one of those things where when the stars aligned, everybody was like, "Oh my God, how are we gonna what are we gonna do about this?" So, like if I'm beating around the bush, so like I said, the best player on Dallas on the WNBA team is dating the woman that just got drafted to the team. So this is going to be the 2 best players on their team in a relationship. And so and I don't want to make too big a deal out of it because I actually do think these 2 women are such professionals that the sad truth is they would probably choose their career over themselves. Like it is probably the sad truth. And they probably will have to do that at one point is also the sad truth. But I don't even want to say it's something to monitor, but it's just a very unique situation that I don't even think the media really has known what to do with it yet because I've read some stories, but it's really not the main storyline, which I was actually surprised. I thought it would be.
Well, that was actually one I left out because apparently after she got drafted, a reporter had asked about their, romantic relationship, and that got nixed so fast. Like they took the mic from that reporter's hand and was like, "Yeah, we're not answering that one."
And that wouldn't fly in the NBA. And
Yeah.
so that honestly, that's not that's gonna hurt you. That's gonna hurt you long term. That makes me think of Osaka. Like that, like the minute you start doing that stuff with the media, like you gotta be careful. Like you get paid to talk to the media. The sad truth is about half your contract is coming. Now, I would say less than that. Like ticket sales is not a lot of your contract. It's TV revenue and it's social media at this point. And social media is driven by those interview clips. And the minute you start shutting that stuff down, like that's the only thing people want to hear. Like, yeah, you want them to focus on your basketball. I bet LeBron would love it if everybody just focused on his basketball, but that's not the case. When you're the number 1 person in the league, your personal life is fair game. That's just the
just
truth.
as well as Shea.
And it sucks. Like I like, and that's why people sometimes are like, yeah, this sucks. Like I would rather just play basketball, but you can't just do that. Like if you want to just play basketball, the sad truth is you got to go to like Germany or something. Like it's not. You can't do that here. You are a movie star. You are on TV more than movie stars. Like these are the people that the kids worship. It's just you can't shut the media down, and especially questions like that. That's a fair game. I'm sorry, Paige. I'm sorry, Izzy. That or Fudd. I think that's a fair question. Like you're gonna have to answer that one.
I'm sure they will eventually, but it was probably a little off guard.
I don't think so. That's why I keep saying like I'm shocked. Like if you want to keep saying like treat us like the men, treat us like the men, this is one where you're not being treated like the men because if this was the men's game, this would be the number 1 story. It would be over basketball. It would be.
See it? I can see it.
I don't know what to say. Speaking of the men, I think that's next.
Is it NBA playoffs? Is that what's happening in the world?
Buddy.
It's just.
I'm watching it right now. I told you, if you see my eyes like this, it's Lakers Rockets. We're recording Saturday night. It's about 9:00. Lakers are up 17-9. This probably won't be released for a little bit, but that's all right.
I'm still laughing at that. All right, let's do it though. NBA playoffs. My goodness. Since our last one, we haven't even talked about the playing games, which everyone was on the Hornets, especially in the East, to come out of there.
Except for your co-host.
No,
Can I just cook?
Yeah, you know what? Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got first, because
So I will admit that yes, Charlotte's regular season they ended very strong. That's fine. LaMelo Ball is not a winning player. And this is not like, I don't want to be the old man. Like everybody is saying this, but it is so blatantly obvious when you watch the game. LaMelo Ball shoots 5 to 6 shots a game that should be considered turnovers. Like just flat out, these are not they're not even bad shots. Like I said, there's a good shot, there's you probably shouldn't have taken that shot. There's a bad shot, and then there's a turnover worthy shot. And LaMelo Ball takes 5 to 6 turnover worthy shots a game, which if you actually added them to the turnover category would make him an unplayable point guard. And I just watch these games and he does not do enough positive things to outweigh the negatives. And the last thing I'll say, because I don't want to just sit here and rip LaMelo, is people will tell me, Mike, look at the box score every night. LaMelo Ball's plus minus is good. It's good. Well, here's what I'll tell you guys. The last 4 minutes of the game, they don't play LaMelo on defense. They do offense defense. So I'm watching that first play-in game, and yeah, LaMelo Ball had like a plus 20 plus minus because the last 4 minutes he didn't play defense. He only played offense. So every time that he would score, they'd take him out, and if the other team scored, like he wouldn't lose those in the plus minus on his box score. So this happens with LaMelo because he doesn't play defense at the end of the game. Like not that he doesn't
that's
like
smart.
play. He's literally not in the game. I haven't heard this yet. I've been wanting to scream this into a microphone for like a week now. I was like, I've been watching this. Like,
now I need to go back and watch the tapes because that's crazy. If they're actually pulling,
I don't have the numbers. I know I should have done the numbers. I don't have them, but that was all. I want to pass it back to you because I've been going to my blood's boiling now.
I would
after all
love to
this stuff.
see them make it out though. I had high hopes. Not to say I'm a LaMelo fan, but Malice at the Spectrum was fun, and even the games they've had during the season was fun, and they're kind of just a fun team to watch. Like over Orlando, like Orlando's not a fun team to watch unless Desmond Bane chucks another ball at someone out of bounds. Like then maybe I'll give it another gander, but I don't know. I'm just like sometimes you gotta let if the NBA's rigged, that would have been proof. The Hornets made
You
it
wanted
out.
Charlotte.
I wanted
I
Charlotte. I wanted it. Wanted it really
I
bad.
know. A lot of NBA fans did. I will say, I do think Orlando is going to give us a better series. Now, it's also funny. If you would have asked me before the year, the two teams that I just like didn't understand what they were doing and I didn't like the rosters, like it was Orlando and it was Charlotte. Like I didn't like either one of those. Now, Knipple has made a little bit of a liar out of me for Charlotte. Like I will admit Charlotte's roster looks a lot better now. But I am very, very, very anti-Orlando, how they've built that team. I don't think Paolo and Franz work together at all. I think it's been obvious for a few years they don't work together. And I'll even go farther and say Paolo is not a superstar. He is a one-way player, and it's not even great on the one end. So sitting here, I was texting my brother-in-law the other day, just like what I want to see the Pistons do versus the Magic. And it was two things. It was let Paolo shoot. If Paolo gets 20 shots a game, we're good. Life is golden. I would say the only way we lose, and you kind of alluded to it, is if somehow Desmond Bane turns into like Donovan Mitchell. Like if Desmond just kind of like becomes this all-star two guard that just completely takes over the offense, because then you're going to get confused on who Thompson should guard. And I do think Thompson's probably going to be on Bane, but it's interesting. So I do think if things were to go south, it would be because of Bane. And I'm not worried about Paolo. And I didn't even mention Franz because, God, am I not worried about Franz.
No, yeah. Paolo, he's been interesting this season because he had such a good year last year. So, like, I just don't know what, like, is he having, like, a Markelle Fultz type of thing going on? Like what happened? Like, because he was putting up numbers last year.
It's funny, though. I've always been so anti-Paolo, and I just feel like I'm becoming off so negative this week. I don't know what's going on here, but, like, I
You're the
have not been I'm not. So there was a summer league like 3 years ago. No, it wasn't even summer league. They were playing at like the Drew League or something like that. DeJounte Murray and Paolo had a thing like 3 years ago, and DeJounte Murray manned him up, like made Paolo look like a little boy. And I never understood that. Like from that day, I'm like, well, if you can't like outman DeJounte Murray, like that dude's little compared to you. Like you are 6'10", 240, whatever he lines up at, and athletic as heck. Like and DeJounte was just like manning him up in every way, like physically, verbally, skillfully. And yeah, I've been off him. It sucks. Sometimes I see you once, and everybody has this. Like a scout, anybody, like if you see some type of performance that like is like it just puts a taste in your mouth that you can't get rid of. Like I've never been able to get rid of that with Paulo. Like I can't get over it.
I could see that. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see because when's our first game? It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so we gotta be careful. Sunday the 19th at 6:30. So we will be doing a recap of that. So there will be a recap. It's gonna come out Monday. It's gonna come out hopefully Monday morning. It's gonna be called Bad Boys 3.0. It's gonna be a mini series. It's gonna be on the YouTube channel. The goal is we go live right after the game. And I say we, and sometimes it's gonna be Hoy, and sometimes I'm gonna pull who's ever awake. You know what I mean? We're gonna make it work. But I'm excited. I have not been this excited about the Pistons playoff run. Obviously, we went over the history last week. There had been no reason to be this excited about the Pistons. Obviously, we're the number one flipping seed. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're the number one seed in the East. And now we were fourth last week in Vegas odds to win the East, which I don't even want to get into that. I think we're up to third now. The money's changed a bit, but we are that. I mean, I always say you got to look at Vegas. Like that's really, I don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to the media. Just go look at to see what Vegas says because they are putting their money where their mouth is and they don't trust the Pistons. So that's the ultimate bulletin board material if you're the Pistons is you just put up that we are the fourth longest odds to win the East as the number one seed. It's a clear number one seed. So it's silly. It's silly. Cleveland's garbage. It's silly.
It's just Boston at this point. Just Boston.
It's just Boston.
Just Boston.
It's just Boston. It's just Boston.
But
clip this. Send it to everybody.
I like our chances. I like our chances.
Send it to everybody in New York. Send it to everybody in Cleveland. I'm sorry. It's just Boston. We don't care about anybody else.
And I was actually telling my cousin this because we had a conversation about this, and he was like, "Oh, so like, who all are you scared of?" I was like, Boston out of the East, and then like just the Spurs out the West. Like, I'm not worried.
We'll take it easy. Now you sound like Ja Morant.
No,
you're Ja Morant.
That's all right. Hey, I like my chances. I like our chances in the West.
We chilling. We good.
We chilling.
Yeah.
No,
I was Kendra Andrews or whatever. Yeah. Like, who are you worried about in the West? Oh no, we're chilling. We're good.
No, I mean, not to say like we're just gonna sweep OKC, we're gonna sweep Denver or anything like that, but like I think it'll be way harder against the Spurs than it will be those teams. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're better than them and we're gonna win. I'm just saying if I were to choose, I would just want to avoid the Spurs.
I want to be delusionally drunk on Pistons fandom right now, and you are making me be rational, and I don't like this one bit. No, we would be such underdogs versus every team in the West you just named. So let's be careful.
I'm not saying we're not. That's not. See, you're pulling at little things. I'm just saying.
Oh, we would be. But it is funny though. Every time the Pistons have won the championship, or at least the last few times we've won the championship, we have been underdogs. So I don't remember the first Bad Boys championship if they were underdogs, but definitely the last Bad Boys championship we were underdogs versus Lakers. I mean we were playing Kobe and Shaq, so like and freaking Gary Payton and Karl Malone and Payton and Malone. Yeah, no, I got the right.
I think that'd be a fun stat to see how often an East team was actually the favorite though, because I don't feel like the East teams have been a favorite in like God knows how long.
It's funny.
Maybe Bulls back in the day.
Well, no. There's a couple Heat teams. There's a couple. LeBron played the Mavericks when they lost to the Mavericks that year. I'm sure they were heavy favorites that year.
They got cooked.
When they played the Spurs, that would have been interesting to look up. Yeah. So no, but now that I think of it, you are right. I mean, it's not. Yeah, there's not.
Often. It's not often.
This year ain't going to be the year unless Boston ends up playing like Minnesota or something like that. I mean, yeah, I doubt it.
Oh no. Anthony Davis is too smiley after their loss, so they're not making it past Denver. I don't like that. There's like a level of there's like a certain smile you're looking for, and it's like the smile that's like, "Yo, I'm gonna come back and drop 70." His smile looked like, "Yo, we good. Let's go grab some burgers. We'll call it this season." I don't like that. I don't like that smile after the game. You don't lose a game like that in the playoffs and then come try to talk to me and dap me up. That was like Brooke Lopez vibes when the Clippers lost. Like, did you see that clip? Brooke Lopez is trying to.
Oh, he was trying to dap somebody up?
No, he was trying to dap the whole team in the hallway after they lost, and then Kawhi walked by, didn't touch him.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're
Everybody,
saying teammate on teammate love.
yeah.
Yeah, is what you're saying. Yeah, I
I'm
get what you're
like, no.
I was gonna
You don't
say,
dap me up after a loss, because I will fight you,
Yeah.
even if you're my teammate, man.
Yeah. No, I get that because those Lopez brothers are usually pretty intense, but I get that. A teammate on teammate, that's different because, no, every time the Lopez brothers get in with another team, those crazy eyes come out and they look like they're going to kill somebody.
Well, Robin Lopez only fights mascots, so we know that.
That's funny. That was a couple years ago. That's funny.
Oh, but how's the game looking? The one you got up right now.
The Lakers aren't getting their butts kicked, which is surprising because they are heavy underdogs in that series right now. So I would. Luka's sitting on the bench right now. I mean, anytime Luka's sitting on the bench, the Lakers are in trouble. I will say, I don't know. Maybe LeBron can salvage one or two of these games. So, like, maybe you'll get just a little. I wouldn't want to say vintage LeBron, but like, it's not out of the question that LeBron would do a 30, 10, and 10 or something like that, and just one game. He ain't gonna do it back to back. It's over doing it back to back.
They're gonna need it if
But
he's gonna go anywhere.
well, I don't know. I mean, if Reeves comes back, I don't want to get too far.
No.
The Lakers are cooked. Yeah, the Lakers are cooked.
So
they're in trouble.
I've been trying to hold off on a series so far, mainly because Jaden Ivey's thing kind of blew up, but he was like the headline for my mini series of best worst player on each team. DeAndre Ayton's definitely the worst player on that team, and he's the biggest black hole I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there's no argument here. I will just agree. The funniest quote I've ever heard from him was like a month or two ago when he was complaining to his team and he yelled, "I ain't no Clint Capella. I'm not a rim runner."
I saw that.
Like,
I was like, you would be lucky to be Clint Capella. Like, who do you think you are right now? Who do you think you are? And
the whole world.
Didn't Clint get a bag too? Like,
oh yeah, Clint's done fine for himself. Clint has had a
So-
fruitful career. Yeah, no, Clint's done just fine. I think he should. I don't even know where he's at anymore, to be honest. I don't think he's on this Houston team anymore. No, he's on Atlanta. Duh, he's been on Atlanta. It looks like LeBron had 8 assists in the first quarter, actually. So, like I said, he might be able to will him to this one. This might be the one. So I know. Gosh, I hate that I'm going to be negative in this next segment again. It's making me mad just thinking about it. So you got to go first. I'm going to let my blood go down here. You have the flowers this week, I believe.
I do have the flowers. I do. But
all right,
before we get into that,
no.
While we're still on the NBA topic, and we'll see how this goes. But have you seen the news about Tyrese Haliburton and all the comments that are flooding his way?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna let you go then because I'm gonna be negative. So I don't know what you're gonna say.
So there was the game last. I think it was the last game of the season. He came out on the court and he was dressed all fly, and he was telling Indiana, "Oh, don't worry, this will be the last time we don't make the playoffs. Like we're good. We're all good. We got a fruitful future and all." But all everyone could talk about was how much weight this man gained.
Well,
and his face was so blown up. And first of all, have you seen some of the comments? Because you know me, I'm a big comments guy, and the internet is the funniest thing in the world.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna burst your bubble a little bit. Hold on, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, the most popular one out there is Tyrese Haliburger.
The internet is so high schooly and mean.
There's Tyrese's. Tyrese Haliburton looked like he ate Tyrese Haliburton. And then I like some of these other ones. He looks like he's wearing a fat suit for a movie. And then this is gonna go into why I think he deserves APFotW, but shingles, not Pringles, is the last one.
That's what I was gonna say when I said I was gonna burst your bubble. Like, the dude, not only was he coming off an Achilles, like he had a weird illness.
And here, Josh, cue the music.
Amy Poehler's Flowers of the Week.
This is Amy Poehler's Flowers of the Week, and it's going to Tyrese Haliburton because this man I've seen people talk crap about him, even like as an like even when he's playing, everyone's like, "Oh, he's not a really good all-star." Blah 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 blah. Like this man can take punches on the chin, left and right, and he's the coolest cat out there. Just like, nothing bothers me. Nothing bothers me. And he's taken all this in the midst of an 8-week shingles outbreak, and he's coming out here to support, his team and all the internet could talk about is his fat face. And I'm like, you were built for this. He's the kind of guy that's actually built for that. Like, he can take a punch, and it kind of goes into what you're talking about. Like when you're gonna be on TV, you got to be able to take these punches. And because I think he went on the Pat McAfee show and he like talked about his 8-week shingles struggle and how none of the meds are working and it's just hitting him really poorly. And yeah, so I was like, you know what? This week I want to give it to him because that man could take a punch from internet trolls and sports media and all that whatnot.
I hate you.
You're
Number
welcome.
one. Because I'm gonna rip Tyrese Haliburton. Like that was
Let's
what
do
I
it.
wanted to do.
Let's
Well,
do it.
no, okay. No. Let me start over. Let's start. Josh, cut that. I'm gonna rip the Indiana Pacers.
Keep that.
I'm gonna rip the Indiana Pacers. And Tyrese Haliburton just happens to be on the Indiana Pacers, and he is part of the problem. But okay, let's start from the beginning here. On February 5th, 2026, the Indiana Pacers made what I believe to be one of the worst trades of the last, I don't know how many years. Now, obviously, you have the Luka trade, so I can't say it was the worst trade. The Indiana Pacers traded for Ivica Zubac, and they traded away Benedict Mathurin, a 2026 first-round pick, and we're going to get into the details of that 2026 first-round pick. That's this year. A 2029 unprotected first-round pick. So for Ivica Zubac, a 29-year-old center, you might be 30 now, they traded away a 23-year-old number 5 overall pick, a unprotected 2029 first-round pick, and this slightly protected 2026 first-round pick. And I need to get into this because we've been following the NBA draft that's coming up here. And so do you know the details of this pick they gave away?
Not in its entirety.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So the protections that the Indiana Pacers put on this pick was if the pick falls between 1 and 4, they get to keep it. And so you're very well in tune with this draft. 1 to 4 is big.
Mhm.
We've talked about it. It's Darren Peterson. It's
AJ.
It's Boozer from Duke. It's Debansa from BYU. And people, we'll call Caleb Williams from North Carolina.
Yeah.
We'll throw him in there for now.
He's good.
But there's more. And there's more. So they protected that 1 to 4, and then they also protected it, I think it's 9 through whatever, 9 through the end of the first round. So basically, if that pick falls 5, 6, 7, 8, it goes to the Clippers for this Zubac trade. There is, and like you just said, there's a chance that Caleb Williamson doesn't go for, or you just get 5 and Darius Acuff's just sitting there, or there's the guard from Illinois, or this is a loaded draft. There is a 48% chance that the Pacers keep the pick with 1 through 4. It's less than 50. There is a 52% chance that the Pacers traded away pick 5 through 8 and a heck of a lot more for Ivica Zubac, who is a
he's
good
balling
center.
though. Yeah, he's balling.
I
can't even say that with a straight
mouth.
face. I can't even say that with a straight face.
That might have been the longest lag we've had in this podcast. I couldn't. My jaw was on the floor when you just said that. Yes, no, and he's good. I mean, he is a borderline second team All NBA defense. Not All NBA, All NBA defense. It's borderline second team defense.
That's higher than I would have gave him, but okay. All right.
Okay.
But maybe they trust the guys that they have in their locker room, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they got some young guys in there.
Thank you for putting the ball right on a tee for me, Hoy.
Got you.
The Pacers just went to the NBA championship in 2025. We all watched Tyrese Haliburton tear his Achilles. It was an awesome story. I was pulling for him. I don't know who you were pulling for. The world, they were the biggest Cinderella. You don't get this in the NBA. Like, this is college basketball stuff with these Cinderellas. You don't get these kind of Cinderella stories in the NBA. And Haliburton was at the heart of it. If I had to ask you do you remember when the Blazers went to the conference finals with Dame and CJ McCollum a
Mhm.
few years ago? Do you remember when Trae Young went to the conference finals a few years ago with that Hawks team? Why is this not exactly that? Like, this is exactly that. Like, the bracket fell right for him. Like, it just, I'm sorry, Pacers fans, it did. I know you were going to beat the Knicks before Brunson got hurt, so I'm not going to say you weren't. But Brunson still got hurt, and you never know. This is so, the Pacers are not a top 4 team in the East walking into next year. Like, they're just not. They're not even close. I am so anti-Pacers. This is unbelievable. They have Tyrese Haliburton. They have, I mean, the wings I'm going to name completely disappeared this year. So, like, instead of what Jaylen Brown did in Boston, where Tatum got hurt and he elevated himself to a completely another level, Nembhard and Nesmith disappeared. Those guys are nothing now. So Halliburton's coming back with Siakam, who I like Siakam. Like, I don't want to knock Siakam. He's the only one I haven't named yet. Like, if Siakam wants to come to Detroit, he's welcome. Like, come on over, buddy. We like you here. It's Siakam, it's Zubac, and then it's maybe this first round pick. Maybe 52% chance it's not. And you just traded away an unprotected other first round pick in 2 years, and you gave away Mathurin, who knows? The dude's 23, he can score. Like, I'm not. They probably didn't like him. He probably had an attitude thing. Like, I guess I'm not in the locker room. I don't know.
He had Jaden Ivey energy.
My gosh, I've been wanting.
I feel so
to
bad.
go at
Am I dogging on Jaden too much? All right, maybe I'll tone it down a little bit.
You can't, because he did it to himself. There was no, and that's why when you said with Jaden, like, we got to be careful, like there might be some mental health things. I'm like, no, he's saying this with sound of mind. He gets it all. Yeah, I got to stop on the Pacers. I could go on for another hour. Like, number one, they're just not good. Like, I don't want to go Stephen A. Smith on this, but they're not a top 4 team in the East, and you can't trade your picks like this. I was just going at the WNBA teams for being reckless. This is reckless. This is beyond reckless.
But if you believe in Haliburger, he will be back minus the burger, and that's why Amy Poehler Flowers of the Week go to him, and they will be back next year in the playoffs. He reassured us, and I believe in him.
Katie told me I had to stop being negative during Amy Poehler's Flower of the Week. Like, the whole point of this is to be positive, and I somehow am always
And I brought
negative.
it back. I got you. See, that's why you need a good co-host with the opposite energy, you know what I'm saying?
It's been a horrible episode. This is horrible.
You know what? Let's get off of sports a little bit here.
Thank you.
Because, I feel like that's the only way I can get the negative energy stuff going out, and we'll see how this goes.
Now let's flip it.
Oh, man. How in tuned are you with Coachella and, some of these big festivals and things like that? What's the biggest festival you've been to?
Oh, Faster Horses in Michigan, without a
Okay,
doubt. It's
there
a
you
big
go.
country music festival, but
I
it's
would say
not.
so.
But that's not. So, to answer your first question, I love to look at the Coachella lineup just to, like, remind myself how out of tune I am with music and life. And sometimes when the headliner is somebody I know or I like, I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm not that far out. So that's my relationship with Coachella.
Okay. Yeah, so I went back in 2021 and honestly loved it, except for the whole like black lung thing. That's a
I got the black lung pop.
yeah, that one I didn't even know that was a real thing until after. But you literally just cough out like spit for like 2-3 days after, maybe even a week. I don't know if you didn't wear a mask or something. No, but this
You're
year's
not
Coachella.
joking. Is it the smog? What is it? I'm interested.
No.
in
I
this
mean,
now.
you're literally just in a desert, and you're just constantly sucking in like dust, and it's just like dirt and dust, and you're just sucking it in, and then it's just trapped in your lungs. And when for like takes like a week or so for you to spit it all out. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's why they say if you're gonna go to EDC or any of these big festivals, make sure you have your little ski mask on or whatever, and stay covered, especially at night. But no, this year's Coachella was surprising. I didn't go, but I'm just watching all the stuff. I watch it every year, just on YouTube and stuff. And did you get any taste of what happened this year? Like, do you watch it at all? No?
Zero. Nothing.
Okay, so this year's headliners were like Sabrina Carpenter and
Oh,
Justin
good.
Bieber And
My gosh, let's go.
yeah, it was a good one. It was a good big names, but the talk of the town is Bieber's set this year, which was crazy because I don't know if you heard anything about this, but he basically just pulled out a laptop, middle of the stage. It was him, a mic, and a laptop, and he just played his old YouTube clips. You know how he blew up on viral. He was playing like funny clips, like "Got him," and like he was just singing to his own YouTube tracks. And he was doing like Beauty and the Bee, all the old favorites and stuff. But it was so crazy because like it was the lowest production like you could have done. Like literally, there's no lower production you could have done. He whipped out a Mac and was just singing in the middle of the stage. Not to say he didn't do a couple other things before, but it was all also very low production. Because he opened with I think his 2 latest albums. But yeah, what's your thoughts? Like, say you pay $500 to go to a music festival. Headliner is Justin Bieber, and you're out there, whatever state of mind you are at that time, and you just see him come out with the Mac, and he sits down for a good hour and a half, just chilling with you. Are you in it or are you not?
So, does he still have the energy? Is the number one thing. So if he's still into it, then I'm into it. You know what I mean?
What's into it for you? Like, do you want him like hype, or are you talking like you can still
He's
feel his energy?
he is enjoying being there. It does not look like but so I could see where he talked this idea out with somebody and like somebody greenlit this idea. You know what I mean? Like on paper, maybe this could work. Like I would say if Ed Sheeran were to do something like this, like he could probably pull it off. You know, like you could feel Ed's energy. But Justin's not really like that though. Justin's too cool for school, which was how he got to where he was.
Mhm.
So I would be scared, I guess, now because like what I'm saying, he doesn't. I've never seen a Bieber concert, and like I'm not saying that in a negative or
Yeah,
positive way. Like I would see it. Like if he was in town and the price was right, like I'd go to a Bieber concert. That Changes album that he had like 4 or 5 years ago, I was really into that
that was
one.
a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, that
he's
was a
had a
really
couple
cool
more since, like Swag 1 and 2, I think was his
one.
last 2 that he had. But no, it was crazy. Like I saw it, and for some reason I was like, "Yo, this is a banger!" Like I wish I was there. Like I was like,
Oh, so
"Oh,
you took it positively.
I take it
Sure.
positively." I was like, "Yo, this what?" In my head, I was like, though, I had to think like, would I have wanted to pay $500 for this though? Like I could have just sat at home and rewatch your YouTube videos with you, like you know what I mean? Like, but I think
No,
he
you can't do
nailed it.
that.
Like I actually
Yeah.
think in hindsight, I'm thinking back, and I'm like, I think that nostalgic energy that he brought was so unique that like he would be the only one person in the world I think could pull that off. And especially like today. Like if you just called out any name right now, he's the only one that could just sit there with a laptop. Especially with all this like publicity he's had in the recent years and stuff. And I did do a little bit of research and found out some of the logistics behind it because he sold all his old records for a heck of a lot of money, by the way.
Oh, unbelievable amount, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
So he sold all of them. So he technically, I don't like. There's like a certain amount that he can play in a certain way. So he's not able to just like rip his tracks on stage and like play it
So
without having to
he
pay
looked
for
at
it,
what
obviously.
he looked at what Taylor Swift did and said, "I wanna do the opposite of this."
Wait, what is? I don't get that
She
one.
bought all of her own the whole Scooter Braun thing, like, she had to go through and buy all of her old music, like, Taylor owns
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Taylor owns it all.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes,
So in that case, yeah, he
he
did the exact opposite, and he found a loophole and found a way to play it on stage and connect with people. Yeah, I think he nailed it.
I've always I shouldn't say always. Later in his life, I've appreciated Bieber. Like, I think we all
Mhm.
have. I think pretty much the world has been like, yeah, we probably did this to him. You know, like I think the world was like, we screwed this kid up. Like we need to ease off a little
I'm not gonna
bit.
say me, but
Yeah, I would no, you like pop music and you respect pop music, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but either way, I mean, I'm sure the dude tried to bring a monkey back from Europe. Like, I mean, he was an easy punchy bag for a few years there. Like, I'm sorry, you were, but no, but he's. I
he's
would
got
consider myself
yeah.
a low Bieber fan. Like, I'm not a huge fan, but like when he, why not? When he puts out something new, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say if you haven't seen it and you want the nostalgia, he really goes through it. I thought it was a good performance. I don't care what anyone else says. There's a lot of people that left his performance and said, "Oh, why would I pay for this?" But
Oh,
if you're
screw you, California
yeah,
people. Screw them.
if you're not with it,
Screw
you're
you
not
guys.
with it. But I thought it was a good time. Sabrina also put on a good show though. I think she just brought out Madonna on stage, and
Ooh.
I think she opened with Terry Crews
Hmm.
singing Vanessa Carlton, "A Thousand Miles," with his
Oh,
shirt off, and he was singing that like.
that's so good. See,
uh,
and that's what like when people ask like, why are festivals better than like a normal concert? It's that right there.
mhm.
Like you get stuff like that. That's stuff you
The
don't
surprise.
get. Like,
But that's
yeah.
the other conversation I just had today with Laura is that like what sucks about these big festivals right now is one, it's a gamble. Like you have no idea if like week one is better than week two. You have no idea if it's
No.
gonna be, oh, he's gonna pull out a laptop or he's gonna put on a real show. You have no idea if like they're doing the same set or not. Um, it's pretty crazy because you're paying so much money, and then like, could you imagine if you paid and then like, obviously not to knock on like if you didn't bring out Madonna or Terry Crews, but like it was just Sabrina up there, and then you find out a week later she's got like 7 other guests coming up on stage with her, and it's like, why did I pay the same amount as these other people when it's not going to be the same performance?
Man, you got that California stuff coming on you here. Just be thankful that you're at the best music festival in the world and you're watching the best talents in the world. And half of the reason you paid all that money is like you're better going with people that you love because that's half the fun
That
anyway. So
that
tell all
is a
those
good
people to
point.
chill out. Tell
No,
all those people to chill
but
out.
it's crazy because I was looking at the Airbnb prices, and they're like, okay, so when I went back in 2021, it was somewhat reasonable. Like, okay, I beers were $10, $12, food was like $15, $20. Cool. Guess how much? All right, so guess how much like a, a chicken skewer is right now? One chicken
No.
skewer. I'm not talking three, four. One chicken
I don't
skewer.
even know. I'm impressed that they're selling chicken skewers out there. I'm used to crappy
Oh,
microwave burgers at my
no,
festivals.
actually,
So,
yeah. To be fair,
oh, I believe it.
Coachella,
Coachella's got good stuff, right?
good food. Like when I went, I had a
Yeah, I believe
jambalaya
it.
for like $26 and phenomenal
That's
jambalaya.
good.
Yeah,
I'm in on
the
that.
food was good. Um, but it's just crazy because like right now you get a matcha latte for 18, 17 or $18. You get one chicken skewer for $26. If you want a whole 3-piece chicken skewer set, it's like $45. I think one of the other meals that they had there was like around $70, $80. And I'm like, who can afford these tickets now? Like you're paying $500 to get in. You're also paying for your booze and stuff. Oh, sure, many people aren't doing the booze route, but then like the food is crazy. Airbnbs were like 8,000 to like $10,000 in that area.
So location wise, like you have to, like it's in the middle of the desert, like you're saying. So there's no other place to stay. Like you have to stay at one of these places.
Yeah, or you bring a tent, but like then like you need a good tent because the wind's just gonna blow it, or you're just still gonna get like black
Yeah.
lung and whatnot.
Yeah. Just go to other music festivals.
Sadly, all the ones in this area are that expensive though.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of them, like especially if it's a multi-day one. Um, you're better off like trying to get like last minute tickets, which is so stressful for me. Like I'm so type A that I can't do that. There's so many type B people here that can like, all right, let's just if we see you there, we see you there. Like, no, I'm not going if I don't know I'm seeing all you there. Like this is crazy. Like you want me to go there by myself? It's crazy. But people do that here. They just like wait till like literally the hour before and they'll try to scalp tickets or they'll just hop the fence or something. I don't know. I'm like, you guys are psycho.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is though about the $500 price, and the country ones I would go to are more in like the $300 range, maybe 350. When I go to these headlining acts on their own, like I was looking at going to Post Malone last summer. I forget he was touring with somebody big. And we're going to Morgan Wallen here this summer. Like you end up paying like 75% of that for one night, one artist. Like, and so when I do think value for the performance when you pay that $500, like you're definitely probably getting your money's worth on that end of it. Now you're stuck in the middle of the desert and have to pay, your only options are $40 chicken skewers. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's tough.
That Coachella experience was actually one of the reasons why I started opening up some of the bigger credit cards, by the way, because all those big festivals, they have lounges, just like airports, but you need one of the elite cards. And I was like, I'm never coming to this again without one of these cards. Like, they have AC in their tents, they have like all like these private buffets and drinks. I'm like, yo, that's how you win. That's how you win.
And this segment was sponsored by Chase Sapphire. Thank you, Hoy.
Yep. That's that's what paid for my brother's bachelor party. So, oh man, but I Coachella was crazy though because I wanted to see. You probably don't know them. It's a EDM artist. His name is Anima, but he's known for crazy visuals. And what's crazy now is that with like drones and all these like new technologies, they're able to put like the craziest like holograms and visuals like up in the sky for you. Like there was one, if you look up the Anima Lisa set, there is like a literal angel floating in the sky. Like I'm talking like probably like 3 stories tall. And could you imagine like just being drunk or whatever, and you're just sitting there listening to this music, and you just see like this angel like flying towards you?
So I was, not to tone it down a little bit, like we just had a Michigan State football. I think it was Michigan State versus U of M this past year, and they did a drone show at like between the third and fourth quarter. Yeah,
That's
and
sick.
it was sick. It was legit, and it was everything you're describing. And I struggle with heights. We've talked about this. I can't look at those for that long. Like it's pretty trip. Like I don't like it. Makes my stomach a little bit
What?
because
You're
yeah,
not up
no,
there.
dude, anybody with heights, back me up on this. The drone shows are a little interesting for me. I struggle with them.
You like
I don't know.
something? You get like queasy or something, or like what?
Oh yeah,
How's
no,
that?
just watch. Dude, I don't know the science behind it. I'm just telling you, they're tough to watch. Like
Okay.
it just the way I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. You like, yeah, I can't describe it.
Well,
Drone shows are tough.
be careful at Disneyland because they're also doing drone shows now.
It's everywhere. They're
Yeah.
impressive. They are like yeah, it's impressive to watch.
It's only getting crazier, so we'll see. You'll see what we have. I do really want to see like a drone show in like China or like Korea or something because they be putting like
Oh, I imagine.
10,000, 50,000
Mhm.
drones up in the sky. I'm like, yo, that is insane.
They start doing like little plays or something like that. Drone musicals in
Mhm.
the sky.
But yeah, that was my little Coachella rant. But props to Justin Bieber for sticking to his guns and doing a crazy set. And I think he bagged like 9 mil off that set because I think Coachella paid him 10 mil, and I don't think that that Mac cost more than $1,000 to like play anything on the screen. So his set cost was really cheap.
That's hilarious.
But let's get into not okay.
That's not okay.
I was actually juggling between 2 different ones. But the one, I don't know if you saw our outline. I'm titling "Don't Ruin a Good Thing." And
Yeah, what
we've
do we got here?
had a couple birthdays here, and I'm so sick of icing on cakes. Like, why are we ruining cakes with icing? Like, if the cake itself is good, like you don't even need icing. The frosting's just like it's just sugar. It's too sweet, and usually it's just a mask of can I say shitty here? Like shitty cake? Like it's just like
You just played a Tiger Woods AI video. I think you could say whatever you want right now.
I just don't get it. There's so many like I think you just put pretty stuff around your cake to try to convince people it's a good cake, and I would almost just buy a cake that has 0 icing on it. 0 icing.
My first thought is my daughter would take a knife to your throat right now by what you're saying. I don't think I've seen my daughter take a bite of cake, and she's consumed gallons of icing and frosting. So I guess
What is she, a dog?
this
I'm just
isn't
kidding.
this isn't quite. You shouldn't sleep more than 5 hours a night, but I don't know. And no, actually, some people are gonna agree with you on this one. I shouldn't say that. No one agreed with you on
I
the last one.
literally scrape all the icing off all my cake and just give it to my dog. I give it to Taz. It's a good treat. Good treat for you, man. But
Now you got the animal activists after you. You're just really
no, I make sure it's healthy, obviously. Like, well, not I don't know about healthy, but it's not gonna kill him. There's good. There is. Let me phrase this better. There is good frosting versus bad frosting. So I give him the good frosting.
So I will say what I would consider bad frosting is, and I don't have the word in front of me, and I should. Everybody's gonna know it. It's the fake frosting. It's the hard stuff. You know what I mean? It's on like your grandma's cake. It's the stuff that you buy like in a fridge at a store.
And it like
Is it like
cracks.
fond?
It like
Is it
cracks.
fonda? Am I getting that right?
What are you fond of?
I might be way off.
Are you
I just
are you
took a
fond of
stab, and I'm probably
icing at
way
this
off.
point? I don't know what you say.
I think I'm not terribly far off. I usually don't take stabs when I don't know, but I usually do the lawyer thing, like don't ask anything you don't know or don't say anything you don't know.
No, not here. We just blurt stuff out, and we'll fix the mistake next week in our in our opening segment.
Fonda is what I said. Fonda.
Uh,
I believe that's an old actress.
oh, but I just don't get it. Like I just want the cake itself to be good. Like I need it moist. I need it to just have a good texture, and you know that's it. Chocolate, red velvet. I don't care what flavor the cake is. Just make sure it's the quality's there. The icing
So
is it's just it's like a shitty person wearing like Gucci. It's nice on the outside, but it's terrible on the inside.
oh my gosh. So you probably like a good European pastry. You're a pastry guy.
I
You're
am a pastry guy. I'd much rather
yeah, I
go.
can see that.
Yeah.
I am too. I am too. I'll say that. But sometimes I do like my pastries with a little chocolate on them though. So I guess that's not icing though.
I
But
mean, even like cupcakes, get the icing off of it. Like
all right,
especially cupcakes.
make it easy.
Especially cupcake. That's too small of a cake to load with your crappy icing.
Oh, ay caramba.
Uh,
I'm not going this far with you. No, I like a little frosting. I'm not. We're about like 1 for 6 on me agreeing with you on these not okays.
well, I think that's kind of the point of the not okays. But
Oh, is it? I'm just realizing that now. We're like 14 weeks in.
yeah, actually, I'll take 1 for 6, even though I think we've had more. So it might be like one for
Yeah, it's more like 1 for 13.
yeah.
But, I do have one not okay, and I just got it. As you can see, my eyes are just constantly going up to this Lakers game. Bronny James is playing playoff minutes. I don't know if I've been out of the loop on Lakers rotations for the last couple
Yeah.
weeks, but my jaw just hit the floor. I was not expecting to see Bronny James playing playoff minutes right now. And JJ Redick, that's not okay. So I don't know what else to say.
Oh, we're on the not okay side. I'm actually on the hey. He's been kind of hooping lately.
I'm actually pro. I shouldn't say I'm pro Bronny. I am just lay off of Bronny. He's 22. He's athletic, like whatever. He can kind of shoot a little bit, but
No.
I'm not.
His shot is terrible, but he can do a lot of other. If he wanted to transition his game into a good Tony Allen or like Thabo Cephalosha type feel, I'm for it. Like
They're really trying to sell the A+ defense. That's how you know you're not a good basketball player is when they're really trying to sell the A+ defense.
you know what I'm just saying. Like he's not there, but if he wants to stay in the NBA, that's probably what he'll have to do. Or or you just switch to esports when your dad retires.
Well, and it's funny too because I respect the heck out of JJ Redick, and I just made the joke that that's not okay that he's playing Bronny James. But the sad truth is, I'm sure if JJ's playing Bronny James, it's because he doesn't have any other options, like any other options.
That's a lot.
I just yeah. And LeBron is having a vintage LeBron game that we were talking about, so I'll keep talking. I'll keep updating that.
Oh man. But Bronny to LeBron, that's a fun sight to see. We'll probably won't get that ever again, right?
Maybe not ever again. I mean, I'll quote the great Ricky Bobby with advancements in technology and my high level of income. Anything's possible.
Oh yeah. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. But I don't see him in the NBA too long. I guess.
Yeah, who knows? He's got a social media following, so to your point, I think he's going to be just fine. And the fact that his inheritance will be unbelievable. And I do like to mention that every now and then. Like people don't understand. We are at the point now where these NBA players are going to be the richest people in the world. Like not the number one, but like when you like these NBA superstars, like we like, they're making $70 million a year. Like, and we kind of just, I don't think we know what to do with that number, but it's gotten so astronomical. Like Giannis is going to be making 70. I think it's next year or in a year or two, and like that's you become the richest man, like one of the richest people in the world, and so like they're going to end up buying these NBA franchises. Like that's how you see like all these players are going to become owners. Like it's unbelievable that the amounts of money they're making.
I'm gonna say maybe a small handful of them actually
Yes, the superstars.
retain that.
There's 12.
But
There's 8.
even with them, I'm gonna say I've seen enough people that
They're losing it.
Yeah. It sucks to say. Like you just here's the big problem though is there's not enough like financial education early on in life.
No, there's
Um,
not.
I think kids should. I wish I kind of learned some stuff, even if it's tax related, like maybe middle school, high school. I hate learning science. I hate learning history, but I learned those. Why not just throw another thing I probably don't like, but I need to learn later, right? It just sucks that like it almost feels like a letdown just from like the education system is we're just so unprepared to actually adult.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's probably true. And to that point, I randomly stumbled upon Anthony Davis does a prank show, and he had an episode with LeBron. Do you know where I'm going this? And
Yep,
they got
which is
Draymond. Did you watch that?
so good.
So the funniest part about that clip is when the guy's like, "We need $100 million cash," and Draymond's like, "Who has $100 million cash? That's stupid."
He's like,
And the one lady's
this
like,
isn't the
"Lots of
G
people do."
League. This isn't the G League. This is
Oh,
NBA
that
money.
was so
This is G League.
That was
This
so funny.
isn't the
That was
G
a good
League.
one.
I was dying.
And Rich Paul is sitting there like Rich Paul didn't know what to do. It was so funny. He was so uncomfortable.
And
the
he
whole
was in
time.
on
You
it
could tell
too, but he
was
was like, when are you guys coming? Like, I cannot
know.
hold Draymond back from this. Like, Draymond wanted
They
to
let-
fight.
They let him go. Oh, that was funny. Draymond is so authentic. And then 2 days later, he gets ejected from the play-in game for smacking Devin Booker
Yep.
in the stomach. And then he didn't stop. Like literally he smacked Booker in the stomach and then didn't stop talking.
Yeah.
From the second that he smacked him. Like he was doing a take foul, and it's like all you have to do is put 2 hands on a body and the referees call foul. He takes an open hand like an oven mitt and smacks him right in the chest. And it's like, that's my take foul. And Booker's like, F you.
He was like, that's a punch. This is a punch. He's just flailing in the sky. This is a punch. I did not punch you. Did I punch you? Did I punch you?
We should have done a video breakdown of their conversation that they were having as Booker's holding his stomach
Yeah.
like you punched me, and you're absolutely right. Draymond's sitting over there like, this is a punch. Isaiah Stewart threw a punch a couple weeks ago. I just smacked you.
Oh, and I think he was talking to the fans. He was like, I'll show you a punch. I'll show you a punch.
And I want to be very clear. I absolutely love Draymond, and 99% of the time I take his back on some of these things, but every now and then it's like, we didn't need that one.
Oh, it was good though.
Probably could have done without that one, Dre.
He's a wild card. I like watching him.
Is he? Is
Yeah,
he?
Yeah.
That's the analysis of the century.
Yep. The entertainment is peak.
Draymond is a wild card, huh? Yeah, I don't got anything for that.
Yeah. Just sometimes though, you never know when it's coming. You never know when it's coming.
The definition of a wild card.
Oh man, I will say though, you sent me a screenshot today of Soph passed out. Was that at a Applebee's dinner table? Where was that?
Oh gosh, we very much love Applebee's, and this segment should be sponsored by Applebee's, but it's not yet. Mads, so the 2-year-old.
Should I not call it what Adam would call it?
No, you shouldn't, because we're gonna get paid by them, and that would not get us paid by them. Yes, there are a lot of funny nicknames for Applebee's. You can Google all of them. I'm sure none of them are very, whatever. We're moving on. I love Applebee's. Anyways, oh yeah, so that is a long day. So that is opening week of soccer was
Okay.
today. So yep.
Heck yeah.
Oh hoy. I had a bad team last year and I had to put on a good face. I got a good team this year. We're back.
Ooh, you're excited. I like that energy.
We're excited.
Okay.
We're excited. The 4-year-olds are substantially better than the 3-year-olds. Just for anybody that's out there coaching the youth and they do a 3-4 combination for the age bracket, yeah, I got more 4-year-olds this year, and now we're balling.
Let's go. I take it 1-0 to start the season.
Oh yeah. No, the other team shouldn't have shown up. It was raining and they didn't want to be there, and I had the troops ready to go. Is all I'll say. Anyways, so that day started at a 9:00 soccer game, and you saw the picture at dinner about 6:30 at night. So we went from soccer to grandma's, did a demolition on grandma's deck. So I was out. I got rib injuries all over. I've been puncturing myself from swinging axes, and I had a flipping wheelbarrow that I was trying to whip around a corner, and it just stopped on me, and the edge of the wheelbarrow just stabbed me right in the ribs.
Sounds like a user error.
Oh no, well, yeah, I mean, when bumping the ground, is it a user error or is it the ground error? I don't know.
Should watch where you're going, bud.
Oh, okay, so you don't get to blame the earth. Regardless, yeah, I'm doing this with broken ribs right now, essentially. But no, long day. Yeah, Mads fell asleep on the dinner table as the grilled cheese was being delivered.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And her sister gladly ate her grilled cheese.
Wait, so Soph's not at the age of playing yet?
No. So the 4-year-old Soph is playing. So Soph played as a 3-year-old. She's 4 now.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Maddie's 2.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah, no,
Mads
that's
passed
like-
out.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
Mads
go.
passed out. So the 2-year-old, I do love it when she gets out there and like runs around practice a little bit. Like there's parts of practice where it's like, we're just dribbling around or we're just stretching or we're doing like running laps. Not actually running laps. They're 4 years old, but just running around. So I'll have the 2-year-old out during that. But
Okay. Nice.
we do an official scrimmage at the end with these 3 and 4-year-olds, which is just a mess. The ball stays in bounds for about 10 seconds at a time, and then they instantly kick it out of bounds, and then it's like red light, everybody stop. But yeah, it's a mess. But no, we had a good team. We're gonna get goals. We're getting a lot of goals this year.
Now,
4-year-olds are better than 3-year-olds.
can you immediately sense the vibe difference between parents since last year and this year? Like with the kids actually playing better.
Well, I got
and
a
stuff?
whole new team. No, I got a whole new team.
Okay, whole new team.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
You're like, no, we didn't.
You're not welcome
we didn't
back this year.
renew didn't renew a single contract. This year we will start to lock some of these kids up, though. We'll start to get parents' emails. We'll start to make sure they're on the team again next year. Yeah, no, we started whole new slate. 5-card draw. I didn't like my hand. I said, give me 5 new ones.
Hey, just keep that winning record. That's how you keep people around.
Yeah, they think it's having fun. No, it's even at 3 and 4 years old. You got to win.
It's a winning
record.
record. All the parents know that's what they really want. Nobody. No, let's just all be real. And it's not just the 2 dads talking about this. All the parents want, obviously, a winning record. All right, it's not just about having fun. I don't care how many people will tell me that.
There's 2 things parents want. I've learned. It's my second year. There's 2 things parents want. Not exactly what you're saying, but a version of what you're saying. And they also want to sit in their chairs for an hour and not have to deal with their kid. They want to put their feet up. If it's a mimosa, if there's a little something in the coffee, whatever. I'm not judging anybody out there. It's Saturday morning. It's been a long week. Do your thing. They just throw their kids on the field. They put their feet up and say, you guys have fun. So they want both those things. Yes, they would like a good product to cheer for, but mostly they want to relax.
Now, is there an OT? Like are parents room for OT at this point then? Extra time on the clock?
Gosh, no. If anything, we're ending the game early. Like a 30-minute scrimmage for a 3 and 4-year-olds, should have ended 15 minutes prior to that. Like that is a mess at the end. It's tough. So anybody out there that's thinking about coaching, youth sports. When I talk about youth sports, I'm talking right now babies. We're talking 3 and 4-year-olds. The sad truth is, yeah, you said you want to win. Maybe that's true, but the kids just want to run around and have fun. So that's really where we're at right now.
Well, if I can get Joa to pass out like that on the dinner table, then that'll be a win. Yes, that's a win. That's probably what most people are looking for. Yeah, my goodness. We even let Joa play with a new friend today at a playground, and
Ooh.
yeah, I was hoping he passed out, but he was a nightmare on the drive home. He cried for a straight 30 minutes till we got home. And there was a small moment we thought we got him to sleep, and then just this, I don't know what happened. The smallest thing woke him up, and he was cooked. He was cooked. Actually, technically, we were cooked. So, nah, but he slept when we got home finally. But that's what we all dream about.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the kids falling asleep in the car, most parents like that. Some parents don't like that and actually try to avoid that because they have a hard time getting the sleeping kid to bed and to fall asleep again.
Mm-mm.
I have good luck with it. I can kinda they usually wake up, but, they keep them in that half asleep mode and get them into the bed and try to change them in a way that they don't really wake up and try to sneak a pull-up on or whatever version they're in. But, yeah, no, a lot of parents, like, try not to have their kid fall asleep while
Like
they're
in the
driving
car.
home. Yeah. Mess up
Well,
sleep schedule.
I get it when they're like really little and stuff, because like you're worried about not being able to breathe or whatever and all that. But nah, once Joe hit like one, I'm like, hey, whatever works. Actually, not even one, 6 months. I was like, whatever works. I've had a couple like late night drives. I know that was actually a recommendation y'all gave me. Is just like, hey, just put them in the car, go for a nice drive at night. If they don't sleep,
That was me.
they will
Yeah.
knock out.
I used to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
But then
did it
it's the
for
same
a
thing
good
where
month.
it's hard to get from the car seat to the crib again, but I don't know, yeah.
No, dude, I would just drive for hours. I was just, I would drive until it was either their feeding time or their like change time. I was like, hey, as long as
That's funny.
I would put something on their chest so I could see them breathing and stuff. Be like, as long as they're breathing, I'm cruising. I'm cruising.
Uh, it's funny. We did a camping trip last summer, and it was so hot. We were at, like, a water park, and so we do the water park in the morning, and then for nap time, it was just so hot in the tent, we just drove for 2 hours, like you're saying,
Mm.
for nap time. Come
Yeah,
back, and then we do the camping do the water park again, but, yeah. Yeah, so the afternoon nap can work like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Most of the day naps are fine. I get the whole transition thing though, but like, yeah, I don't even bother with transitions. It's like I know Joel will wake up. And I feel like a lot of it's timing though, right? It's like, is there like a moment you're looking for when you transition like your kids?
Oh,
No,
nap stuff?
I mean, because you
Right now.
you seem like you're pretty successful at it. Like when you
Oh,
take them
I
from the
guess maybe. Well,
chair to the
it's
bed.
probably Katie more than me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, so I at so right now Maddie's what 2.5.
Hmm.
She, most kids throw a fit when it's nap time, but she's at the point now where it's like really she's throwing a fit when it's nap time. Like,
Hmm.
and she even knows she's old enough now where like she can sense that we're getting close to nap time, and she starts to like go hide and like she knows it's coming. And so I kind of think at that point, like if they're that aware and they're that upset, like maybe we give them a chance to see if we're at that point. Like she's 2.5. I think most people would say probably closer to 3. Um, Stop doing the nap, but like she didn't nap today, and obviously saw the picture of her passed out at dinner. So like that's. And I've always tried to preach to Katie, and I may be way off on this. I'm not going off any research. This is going off my gut, which usually gets us in trouble. But
Good start.
for me, when they skip the nap, they go to bed early now. So like the minute Maddie starts skipping that nap, 6:30 comes around. It's like, shoot, let's go to bed. You know
But
what I mean? And then as a parent, you get your night back.
but then don't they also wake up earlier?
Well, they wake up early no matter what. My kids do. So
Okay.
So what we do for
Interesting.
that, if we want some small parent advice here, you gotta get a clock that changes color. So the clock is green when it's daytime, and then from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. it's red. So when it turns red at night, it's like, okay, now it's 7 o'clock. It's time to start winding down. We're gonna go to bed soon.
Okay.
And then Sophie will literally sit there and watch the clock when she wakes up go from red to green. And she is in our room at 7 o'clock in 15 seconds most days, or 7 o'clock and 30. Like if it's 7:02, I'm like, oh, this girl's tired.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, clock turns green, she's up. Bam.
All right, so we'll have to work on that. We also just implemented the whole actual alarm, because I guess for the longest time I've been saying like, "Hey, Joy, like in 5 minutes we're gonna go to bed. In 5 minutes we're gonna take a shower." And I was like, "This boy," I just realized this boy has no idea how long 5 minutes actually
No,
is.
no. Mm-mm. Our kids don't.
So I'll be like, "Oh, 5 minutes is up." He'll be like, "What? 5 more minutes? Five?" So I'm like, now we got an actual alarm. It's on the fridge. We dial it. When it rings, he's starting to get used to it. He's like, "Okay, all right, it rang. It's time to go."
It's a very popular parenting technique. I think you would get supported by all the fancy books on that one. I think that
Mm.
is the way you're supposed to do it. Stumbled into that one.
Yeah, the one I'm trying to implement right now though is the little hack I learned on social media, and I haven't tried it yet, and but maybe a little homework assignment for both of us is to try this out the next time one of our kids gets into a tantrum. But apparently, the new trend right now that has really high success rate is when your kid's throwing a tantrum, you just like look behind them and you just start shouting, Jessica, 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 where are you? And then the kid just stops crying and they start looking out for for wherever Jessica is.
So to pull back the curtain, we have a list of the things we want to talk about this week, and we get it all right, and we ended up getting the show rundown. The only thing Hoy has on here is the name Jessica. It was at the top of the list. It was the number one thing. And I didn't put it anywhere on the show list because I didn't know what to do with it because it's just a name, Jessica. Like everything else has like a description. And like you can obviously tell the way the conversation is going to go with this point. But he literally just wrote down the name Jessica. So I'm glad you got to that. I was going to have to ask you, obviously.
I
if we
just
got to
leave
the
stuff,
end.
and then I'll fill in the blanks eventually as we go.
So back to what you just said. This is not going to be in those fancy parenting books that I just read, I don't think.
It's on my fancy parenting book, my TikTok parenting book.
I have not heard this one. Katie has not shared this one with me. Did it work?
Like I said, it's both our homework assignments.
Oh,
so
okay.
far,
I got
everyone
you.
I've seen, it's worked. So like this week, if Joa or Mads herself throws a tantrum, this is our go-to. We come back with our findings next week, and we'll tell people, hey, like TikTok verified, disgruntled losers verified.
My gut reaction was this is stupid, but then I just played it out in my head, and I'm like, actually, Soph might buy that.
Hey,
Like
it says it works. It says it works. I swear.
I just played it out in my head and made we probably do try, you try similar stuff. It's like, you try to distract them with other things, but
Mhm.
this is the ultimate like random distraction.
Yep. Yep. So we will get back to everyone on if this actually works or not.
Now, below Jessica, you had a much easier topic to digest, which was white lies, and I'm sure this is what lies that you tell your kids, something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
was
where
kind of
did you want to
curious,
go with this?
like which what do you tell your kids right now that you would find as a white lie, and whether it's funny or if it works or whatnot. I'll start. I think a personal one of mine right now is when we go to Target and stuff. Joel was really drawn to like the mannequins and stuff, but then eventually he would like start throwing a tantrum if he couldn't play with a toy or whatnot. So if we cross a mannequin, I'll always be like, "This is what happens to kids that don't listen to mommy and daddy."
No, we don't do anything at that level.
You don't
That's
have to, but I'm
hilarious.
just saying that's kind of some of the things along the lines of what I'm thinking of. But I have said that to him a couple of times because he always he we were for a long time we were trying to get to a point where we don't have to buy him a toy every time we go, right? Because there was a good like
That's the
6 month
thing.
period every time we went,
That's the
we would
thing.
walk out with a toy. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's only like $1 or $5, but then it just adds up. And so eventually, the first few times I said no, he was throwing a tantrum. So I was like, well, this is what happened to Betty Lou over here. Like, she turned into a mannequin.
This is one of the best ones. I don't have anything that's gonna come close to this. My girls go to Target. We go to Target all the time as well, the same. And yes, they love finding the mannequins that are their size. It's like that's a Sophie mannequin.
Mhm.
So they do call it their name. That's a Sophie mannequin. That's a
Okay.
Maddie
Okay.
mannequin. That's a daddy mannequin. That's a mommy mannequin. No, I'm. That's hilarious. No, I don't. That's.
No, but that also
I'm
got me
not sure what.
thinking, like, because I'm sure plenty of parents tell white lies, and I'm sure there's like all the traditional ones. But one of the weirdest ones I was told growing up was, and I'm assuming it was because they were just annoyed by me. But my grandparents would always tell me, like, when I whistled after like sundown, like, if you ever whistle after sundown, a snake's gonna come and bite your pee pee off. That was an
That's a good one.
actual thing they told me, and this is when I was, like, in middle school, so I'm, like, terrified for my life to whistle at night.
It worked.
It
No,
it did
it's
work, it
funny.
did work,
I was appalled by yours, and I support this one.
which is crazy. Uh,
Sometimes some things are grandfathered in. So the minute you said your grandparents did this, I was like,
that's
oh, the
fair.
rules don't
It's
apply
like an
here.
old
Yeah.
wise tale type of thing.
Yeah, no, they can say whatever they want. If you told me your grandma put whiskey on your mom's gums, like, it is what it is.
Oh,
It'd be
I
soji or whatever for you or whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save some of those for another day because I have a whole boatload of stuff my grandma's told me about what she did in
Oh
her
no.
time. We'll table that there. That might be a longer conversation. But
That's a good tease. I like that.
you know, uh, another one because I was just curious. I was asking like Laura and like her family like what are some white lies you might have been told as kids, and so it took them a minute to think about it. But then I guess they were told if you make ugly dumplings, you will have ugly kids.
Oh my goodness. This is a Chinese
This is
or I guess Asian or specifically Chinese.
Cantonese for sure, but yeah, it's
Oh my
somewhere in there.
god.
Yep, that's one of the ones they tell.
That one's hilarious. I actually support that one as well. That's hilarious.
I guess
Just like
telling you to be a perfectionist, make good dumplings. Like, why are you making bad dumplings?
that's funny. That's so good.
Oh, yeah, those are some gold ones though.
I have nothing close. I was gonna say Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and you brought gold to the table.
See, I guess those are a little different. Are those white lies too? I guess
No, I
I
don't
would say
think
those
so.
are like those are rites of passage at this point, right?
That's a great way to put it. I agree.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll tell more and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm pretty good at these white lies stuff. Just like I told Joa, like the brown cows make chocolate milk already. He's already.
Oh, you've gone down that route.
I've already done that one. But he teed it
And
up
that's
so fast.
it's completely unnecessary. It's what I was gonna say. Like some of these white lies, like you do them to like make life easier on yourself. Like the other obvious one besides Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny is where do babies come from? Like stuff like that. Like, you're just like making trouble for yourself.
That actually, I should start prepping for that one though. Where do babies come from?
They come when a mommy and daddy love each other.
No, that's the real answer. But I'm talking white lie answer. Because here's the thing: when you go with the mommy daddy answer, there's always why, and then you got to describe that why. I need to have
No,
all the
it's
whys
because
ready.
their love. It's just the kids love they can handle. Like for some reason they can handle that. So mommy loves daddy equals baby. Um, Funny enough, my mom once told me a story that I think her doctor told her this, which is probably like huge patient doctor confidentiality breach. But it was a young couple. They were foreign. I don't think it really matters for the story, but basically they went to their doctor and was like, "Hey, we've been married for a year, and like there's no baby. What's wrong?" And the doctor was like, "Well, let's talk about it." And like they hadn't been having sex. They just thought that you got married and it just happened. And so like I guess that's the extreme of what I just said. So maybe you shouldn't tell that lie
Wait,
either.
I'm actually
I don't know.
cramping. That's hilarious.
I Yeah, I remember my mom told me that story. I was like, I didn't know what to do with it.
Were these
It's
like teens?
crazy.
Like these had to have been
I would
teens.
assume Yeah, I would assume young 20s.
Uh,
Yeah.
Young
Yeah,
20s is crazy.
I would assume. I'm guessing a little bit, but yeah, young couple.
Oh
Younger
my
couple.
god, that's hilarious. Could you
Hey
imagine?
man, that's what I mean.
I get
Sometimes you got to be truthful with your kids.
I guess well, actually no, maybe Jesus doesn't come into play here, but
Well, no, it doesn't because when you get married, it's you're supposed to do that. Like that it's whatever I'm trying to say.
I'm saying baby
It's
Jesus,
encouraged.
that was just a miracle, right?
Oh, you think that Jesus reincarnation is going to be through these two people. That's what they thought.
That's what I'm
They were
saying.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jesus, we're here. My belly, come on in.
Yeah. He's got to come from somewhere.
That's how it happened to Mary, apparently.
Oh man. Now,
We really went off the rails here.
yeah, we're pretty good at that. But while we're at it, let's take a quick look at where our boy Karl is at. And
So I'm glad you said that. And the other day, I was randomly thinking about that because you really like inspired me when you brought that up. I could not believe this was not a bigger story, kind of like you were saying. But here's the problem, and I think you had mentioned it with why we're not popular on social media is you kind of got to give an update every now and then. And so Carl's out there just checking in once every 6 months or something like that. So like there was an article written in March was the last thing I saw, and it was fishy on details at the best.
Let's see where this guy might be at this point in time. He's with a group
The
of people, though.
Well, so the articles that you've been reading over the last year are the home stretch, the guys on the home stretch. We've gotten through all the hard stuff. We're not stuck in Russia anymore. We're not stuck in China anymore. We're not stuck in wherever Kazakhstan anymore. Like we're home free. So let's start moving a little faster, Carl. Start speed walking, can we?
He's
Pick it up the
about
pace.
1,500 kilometers away from home.
Oh, you have an exact. Well, you're better at Googling than I am.
I don't know his exact location though. He's through the middle of the UK or the Europe already.
So while you're looking at that, I'm just watching Ime Udoka, and I don't think that guy's ever been happy in his life. Not once. Like people say resting bitch face, like what is beyond that where it's like you are so serious all the time that there's nothing else. That's Ime Udoka.
But maybe he has nothing else.
Well, no, he doesn't. He cheated on his wife famously
Shoot, okay,
with a
all right,
Boston
never
Celtics
mind.
employee,
I
and he
wasn't
lost
trying to go
his
dark.
job. Well, you did. Was it Nina what? Nina Long? What's her name? He had a famous wife. He was an assistant coach in the NBA, had a famous wife, cheated on her, and his career has blossomed since then. So that takes me back to this Michigan coach that just avoided jail. Dude, all you had to do was not break into the girl's house. And we got to cut this. Never mind. Sorry, we can't do this. Cut. Josh, cut. End it. Thank you for listening to the Disgruntled Losers.
Oh,
I'm Mike. That's Hoy. We got to get out of here.
thanks everyone.
Bye.
You kill me sometimes.
We might actually have to cut.
Dust on my window, echo in a one-room heart. Coffee rings on the same old table, same chair, same quiet, same start. Then you laughed in the stairwell, shook the dust off the air I breathe. I pretended I didn't notice, but the ground moved under me. Is this flood or is this mercy? I'm still bracing for the worst. I've been living like a desert, now my hands remember thirst. Petrichor, you're the rain on the nights I was dying to dry. Soaked to the core, and I'm scared of the storm, but I need you to rise. Every crack in me, waking up as you're tracing the fault lines I hide. Petrichor, you're the proof that the Baron was waiting for sky. I'm good at the ghost act, lights out, leave before I'm seen. Build my walls out of old disasters, called it safe, called it me. You turn up with your open questions, hands in pockets, eyes too kind. Every joke like a small confession, every silence redefines. If I fall, will you be steady? If you go, will I survive? All this thunder in my ribcage, all this color in my life. Petrichor, you're the rain on the nights I was dying of dry. Soaked to the core, and I'm scared of the storm, but I need you to was waiting for sky. I don't know how to hold you without holding my breath too. Every touch is a first time. Every goodbye feels past due. If this ends in September, if you fade like the light, let me keep this one moment where the earth came back to life. Petrichor, you're the rain on the nights I was dying of dry.